Good morning, Internet! What is up, guys? How are you all doing? I'm doing good, thanks for asking. We're back with some more Nuketown 24/7 gameplay. I told you before, I've got so much gameplay from that double XP weekend that I'm just gonna be putting those out. And I apologize for not being able to post a video in about a week and a half or so. As I said to you before, I'm on holiday, it's quite hectic, especially first week getting settled in and whatnot. So there was a delay in this video being posted and coming out to you guys. But I hope I can make it up to you by posting a gameplay that's fun and good to watch, and it's got a good score, and it was fun for me to play, and I hope it's fun for you to watch as well. So yeah, I'm still on holiday, as I said, and it's going great. It's going good. Just visiting the family, staying with the family right now. And as you can see, this is where I just prestiged. So that's why I'm a low level, and I'm using the preset loadout rather than my own custom loadout, and picking up random weapons and stuff, as you do when you're a low level, because guns like Commando open up at level 44. So that's, I'm not waiting that long to get that gun, and it's an awesome gun as well, as you can see. Blow. But yeah, I don't really have a topic to speak about, to be honest, because I've taken a break of a week and a half or so. It feels as though it's been quite a bit longer than that. It feels a bit weird doing this commentary, to be honest. But we're playing some Demolition. There's a few scenes in this gameplay which I'm quite proud of, like a triple spray and whatnot. But yeah, it's very fun. It was a very fun gameplay, and as always, I'm carrying on with the low kill streaks. As I started my channel like that, that's what it was based on. But yeah, it's a fun gameplay to watch, and I'll probably be showing you some, or talking to you about some demolition tactics in this gameplay, rather than speak about other topics like in my previous videos. And the best advice I can give for Demolition is flak jacket, especially on a map like Nuketown. It's because it's an objective-based gameplay where you have to stick around the objective quite a lot, whereas in Domination you can capture the flag and move on. Whereas in Demolition it's not like that, so you need to stand by the objective for pretty much until either the round finishes if you're a defender, or until you blow it up if you're an attacker. So that's the first tactic. Is flak jacket. Number two would be, my advice would be using counter spy plane or SAM turn, because a lot of people will get a lot of kill streaks in matches like these, especially Demolition, where the spawns don't flip that much, so people get spawn trapped or spawn raped a lot. So the best thing to do is get those little kills in early, like these counter spy plane and SAM turn, as I said, because SAM turn shoots down the kill streaks that the enemy team gets very easily, and the counter spy plane is a very good kill streak which harasses the other team, which annoys them. Like, as you can see, we don't have a UAV at the moment, and it's quite hard for us to push forward because we can't see anything in forms of where the enemy are, or where they're shooting from, or if they appear as a red dot on the minimap. So it's a very good kill streak to use. Furthermore, my personal use, as you know, is to utilize low kill streaks, so of course I'm going to be giving tips on that. However, in a map like Nuketown, it would be the best, it would be advisable to use kill streaks like attack dogs and gunship and chopper gunner, stuff like that, because it's a small map, as I said, and it's easy to rack up the kills and get those incredible kill feeds. But if you're not a huge fan of the high kill streaks like me, and I don't use those high kill streaks anyway, but if you decide not to, my next tactic or idea would be to use attack helicopter, because it's a medium kill streak, but it counts as a low kill streak because it only takes 7 kills to get one, which is normal, as pretty much all Call of Duty games had the 3-5-7 setup. So yeah, 3-5 setup is probably the best form of kill streaks. I would say counter spy plane or SAM turret with the napalm strike and the attack dogs. Sorry, with the attack helicopter. Well, you know, that's a pretty good setup, especially for Nuketown, and the game skipped here. I don't know why, but yeah. So that's my ideas on the kill streaks to use. Furthermore, it's advisable to use things like hacker, because in demolition maps people like to perch up on nice spots where they can block people, you know, the opposite team from rushing. So you'll have quite a few people, especially nowadays, now that YouTube has opened up people's ideas to new objects and new equipment to use. A lot of people will be using the the motion sensor and a jammer. So if you have hacker, you can see if people have those laid down, and it will be an advantage to you. And if you see a claymore, you know, you won't run into it. But if you use it with flak jacket, it really doesn't work. You know, it kind of counteracts each other. My idea is that if you use flak jacket, then it really isn't any point in using hacker, because if you run into a claymore or C4 or whatever, the flak jacket's going to absorb it, so you're not going to die. So I personally use scavenger with hacker, but you know, it's up to you. That's just my idea. And guns. Okay, gun-wise, let's start with a secondary first. The secondary weapon is very important, and people overlook this quite a lot. And it's actually incredibly important, because if you run out of ammo, or you need to switch weapons because you've run out of ammo and you need to reload, but you don't have sleight of hand like me right now, instead of reloading, which takes long, you can switch to your secondary and get that extra kill, which is very beneficial to you. So I would personally recommend the was it CSZ something? Do you know the the pistol that you unlock last? Not the pythons, the one before the pythons. I would recommend that, because personally I use extended mags with that, and it's a great combination. And as you can see, I'm picking up the attack helicopter here, and it goes on, I think it goes on a bit of a tear, I'm not sure, but yeah, an aerial support is always ideal. But yeah, that's why I would suggest a secondary like that, and maybe if you like, you can put full auto on there instead of extended mags. But either way, it's a great secondary to use. You could also use crossbow here, you know, the explosive crossbow bolts. That would be good idea to catch people off without people who are not using flak jacket. That would be a good idea to use that if you want. But you need to be skilled in using that secondary, because it gets quite difficult, especially when you need to predict the arc and stuff. So it's quite difficult to master actually. So, but that's up to you. Furthermore, the primary weapons. Okay, primary weapons. If you're a high ranking player, so you know what I mean by that. Because I prestige, I was only level 2 or 3, maybe 5 in this match at the most, something like that. So I didn't have access to many weapons, but the MP5, you start off the bat with an MP5. That's why it's one of the best guns in my view, because people are very familiar with it. They familiarize themselves a lot with the gun, because as I said, it's unlocked at the beginning of the game, so you get to use it a lot and get used to it and stuff. So it would be ideal to use MP5, because even though it's a short range weapon, you can hone your skills, improve your skills into adapting it to medium range as well. If you burst fire, don't hold the trigger down like a maniac, because there really is no point unless you're in close combat. But especially in a map like this where it's all close combat, an MP5 or a similar type of SMG would be ideal. People don't like the AK-74U, and I'm not a huge fan of it either, but I don't think any gun is overpowered in this gun. I just think that some people try to bring the game down by saying stuff like that when it actually doesn't exist. It's just a normal gun like every other gun, every other weapon, but it's just a little bit more powerful in the sense that its attributes are different to the other weapons. Just because it's different doesn't make it overpowered. Okay, that's what I want to make clear. But some people disagree. That's up to them. So yeah, and the other thing, what's the other weapon? Commando. Commando is an excellent weapon because I know it takes some time to unlock because it unlocks at level 44 later on when you know rank up and stuff. But it's an incredible weapon. It's great at close, medium, and long range. I've found, and the iron sights look superb. It's easy to use without a red dot. That's always a bonus because instead of using a red dot sight on there and wasting a space on your attachments, you can just add extended mags or dual mags, and easily go on a tear. So that's a good idea. But yeah, I fast forward this bit because it was kind of boring into the end. But yeah, either way, it's a good gameplay, and I'll stop it back here because this is where the excitement kind of really starts. I try to get a triple fail, but yeah, as you can see, the MP5 is just going on a massive tear here. But yeah, that's pretty much all the tips I've got. I personally don't like Semtex. I never use Semtex. I use frag grenades because you can throw them further, and you can control when they explode rather than the Semtex, which explodes as soon as it sticks to something. And sometimes if you stick it to a wall accidentally and blow yourself up, that's inconvenient. But yeah, either way, it's up to you. Tomahawk, I do use Tomahawk, but I don't use it for gameplay. I use it for personal, fun games that I don't post because in those gameplays I don't really get high scores. So yeah, there's no point posting those. But one last quick thing about Ghost. People say Ghost is overpowered. I think that that's just people bitching because the developers had taken stopping power out of the perk system, and what that has created is a gap for people to just make up another excuse, another reason, stating that a perk is overpowered when it actually is not. I don't think it's an overpowered perk because why should I let you see me or let you see my position on the minimap? If I can stop you from knowing where I am on them and stopping you from finding me easily on your minimap, of course I'm going to use that. That's the whole point of war and war games. You try to get an advantage over your opponent, and the Ghost perk does give you an advantage. But I don't use it all the time. I use it probably about 30% of the time. The other 70% is split up into Scavenger and Flak Jacket. But as I said, it's personal preference, and I really don't think it's overpowered. I just think people are just making this up because stopping power has been taken out of the game. And if they take Ghost out, I reckon the next person's gonna say that Sleight of Hand is overpowered because it gives people inhuman abilities to reload fast, which gives them an unfair advantage over people that don't use Sleight of Hand. Because that's gonna be the next argument if they take Ghost out, which is ridiculous. People are just being stupid. But yeah, that's a little rant I've gone on. I'm sorry if the volume of the commentary is a bit low. There's a lot of people in the house, and if you didn't know, I record my commentaries in my house. When I was in my house on my own, when I'm on my own, when there's no one else in the house. But there's quite a few people here, so I've just tucked myself away into a room and hid away from the world while I do this commentary. That's why I can't speak loud, because I don't want to draw attention. I mean, it's awkward when it's just your parents there, but there's other people apart from my parents here as well, so it feels kind of awkward, Oh, as you can see, the secondary right here saved my ass. That's what I was talking about. But yeah, it's very awkward, especially when there's other people in the house. It's awkward enough with your parents looking at you, going, "Who are you talking to? Are you talking to your friends?" I'm like, "No, I'm making a commentary." Well, what the hell does that mean? How are you supposed to explain that to your parents? You can't explain that to your parents. How are you supposed to explain that to some random guy in your house? But anyways, okay, that was a weird commentary. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the gameplay, and I hope you've enjoyed the game and the commentary, and I'll see you guys later. This is Sniper474, and I'm out.